like you said, it wasn't right what Moses did by killing a man. And that's why it's very interesting to me that when Moses met God in the mountain, when God gave him the 10 commandments, one of the commandments was thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill. I just thought that was very interesting. But also, God also gave him a preview, a kind of like a clue of what's about to happen. Because one of the Hebrews said, who made you commander or prince or ruler or judge over us? Remember, God is going to use him to be that commander to lead the troops. Yes. Yeah, the Israelites. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So with God's help, Moses ended up being like a commander, a chief, a leader of the children of Israel. So I thought that was a blessing. So when Moses killed that man, because when you do an act, because Moses probably looked around like killed that Egyptian, not knowing that his fellow brothers seen him, and now he got exposed. So what happens? He get exposed and he fled. He fled the land of Egypt, and then he went to Midian because he feared for his life. And there he married Zipporah, and he had a couple sons. And I just thought that sometimes, you got to get away. You got to get away from it. You sometimes you got to go to a foreign territory. So when I think about Moses's, even reading chapter 1 and 2 of Exodus, when I think about Moses's life to this point, I think it was, as we mentioned, like it was divine. It was God's plan. It was God's providence, as you mentioned, Steve. And I think it's an encouragement for me as a Christian, knowing that I can trust in God no matter what, because Moses wasn't all that perfect. Because I always tell people that we as Christians, we're fallible. It's just that yeah, we sin less. It's not that we're sinless, but we sin less. And then we see here that Moses is fallible. And I always tell people the only perfect being that came 100% God, 100% man was Jesus. He was the only perfect one. So you know how folks be saying, Steve, they be like, man, I gotta wait till I get 100. I gotta wait till I get 100 to give my life to the Lord. So sometimes when I talk about these biblical characters, I like to talk in a way to encourage individuals that do, like, you could still come to Christ, like Jesus Christ will work with you. Just how this is Moses' beginning stage of his call. Now, over time, God will deal with him accordingly, and he's going to become spiritual mature over time. Like, change doesn't happen rapid, like right away. This thing takes time. It's a process, and I know this is part one of Moses. Y'all got to listen to part two and part three to kind of like walk with us through the story of Moses and how things transpired. So